Today we're going to talk about my things I regularly do at Christmas and the holidays. One is I plant the paperwhites. They are narcissus and they grow within 2 weeks. They grow like an inch every night and I just love them. I think it just makes the holidays. I always start out the holidays with that, and then I will make the Chex Mix, and then soon I will make the fruit cake and the chocolate chip cookies, the oatmeal raisin cookies. That is part of my tradition. I think I've always had a tree except maybe 1 year I didn't, because I think I just had an operation. I always decorate the door. That is a tradition. I always try to have a little bit of rum to go with the eggnog too, even though a lot of people don't like eggnog. But other traditions is I have an antique Santa collection. I put those out every year. And I always say a prayer while looking at my tree on Christmas Eve, thanking God for everything that I have. I'm grateful as hell for a roof over my head. And we always have a turkey or dressing at Christmas. If I know I'm having somebody over, if not, then I don't even cook at all then. Now for Thanksgiving we had a ham, which was really nice. But so much food goes to waste during the holidays. I mean, really, I think people overbuy more than what they can eat, and then it goes bad, you know. Let's see, other traditions is I like to watch Prancer, and it happened on 5th Avenue. That starts the holidays. I watch those 2 movies while I'm decorating the tree. And let's see, always hot chocolate, but without the marshmallows. No marshmallows. Yeah, baking is mostly my tradition. And let's see, I can't buy. I have a large family, so I cannot buy presents for everybody. I do buy presents for one member of my family who doesn't have a husband, and I know that she doesn't have any, extra spending money. So I usually buy her a nicer gift. But my children are grown. My grandchildren are grown, so they really don't. They don't really need anything per se. Not like they don't. They're not into toys anymore. My grandchildren are in their mid-20s now. So I don't have to buy so many presents anymore. So I don't even have the money anyway. But yeah. Let's see. What is another tradition? Yeah, in the old days, my husband and I, ex-husband now, would go visit my parents first, and then we would go visit his mother and her new husband. We would stay there between Christmas and New Year's. That was the only time of the year I got to see my husband, and we got to rest. And then when they cut ties with each other, which is another story, I would go to skiing at Wintergreen, and I would stay in my condo there. It was 3 Ridges. If you've never been to Wintergreen, I owned a condo on the bottom floor at 3 Ridges. We would go skiing and stay there from Christmas to New Year's, and that was our tradition, and it was a wonderful time. Oh my God, it's wonderful. It's a beautiful place to visit. The restaurants, the Copper Mine, was to die for. I think my granddaughter and grandson spent a lot of time in those restaurants. That's when money was not an object, right? I would even decorate every room in my house. 7 trees sometimes. I'd have to hire 2 or 3 girls to help me decorate. I decorated the chicken coop. I even got a bucket truck out and strung lights up in these tall trees in my front yard. You could see those lights from a long distance. It was just a beautiful time. But you know, Christmas is not good if you're not happy. And I never had any help with the cooking, the dishes, or the wrapping of the presents, or the buying. I never had help. I had to do it all, which is why I was always so tired. And I do think women do need extra sleep. They do. They do. We need extra sleep. But yeah, I always had big Christmas parties. I remember one time I bought so much liquor for one of my parties that I had to get an extra license or permit to bring it across from Spotsylvania into Stafford. And I hired a bartender, and I would put more money on the tree in envelopes, and then my ex would give them, of course, their own bonus, but then they got to pick envelopes from the tree. And it seems like one of my office managers always seemed to know where the $100 bill was on the tree. Just always amazed me. Oh, well, yeah. And I always cooked crab dip for Christmas, for the parties. And the crab dip, people would line up and get there early, because the crab meat, I'm thinking, would cost me a couple $100 just to get the crab meat, the back fin to make the crab dip. A lot of people have asked me for that recipe, and I would make the baked brie cheese, and I would make all kinds of cookies, and I hired a choral department from the nearest high school to sing on my baby grand piano, Ave Maria, beautiful, and they would wear formals and tuxes and sing out in my front yard. I have some pictures of that. A glorious time. I would decorate lights on everything, the house, the chicken coop, the office. I mean, I went all out. And those 2 weeks before Christmas I was incapacitated. I was busy, let me tell you that. I remember one time when I had a job as a real estate agent in Florida, and I was baking my cookies, and no one interrupts my baking. And my broker called me into the office, and I refused to go. I mean, because I was an independent contractor. I didn't have to go when he snapped his fingers. Didn't go. That didn't go over well, because, you know, the thing with cookies, you got to watch that oven, especially if it hasn't been calibrated. Yeah, everybody should calibrate their oven before they start making them cookies. All right, thanks for listening.